In the Igbo village of Uzi, a young widow named Nonima who lived a happy life with her husband and her 3 children. They had all they wanted: food, clothes, a roof over their head. They even afford to travel for vacations. Her in-laws, of course, were not left behind. They all enjoyed their brother's wealth. They will come asking Nonima the chores she wanted them to do, not because they are happy to help but because of what they stand to gain from their brother. Nonima will always reject the help. She didn't want to subject them to doing chores for her. She always thought her in-laws cared so much for her. But tragedy struck in Nonima's household. Her husband is no more. Nonima struggled to survive after her husband's untimely demise. Her husband's family, who had always treated her with respect and love, seized her husband's property and left her with nothing. With no means to feed her 3 children, Nonima's situation grew worse. They will always tell her to do all the chores at home so they will be able to feed her and her 3 children. She will cry most often at the terrible treatment she is getting from her in-laws. They never fail to remind her of how she was living like a queen before, but now look at her. Nonima and her children will stay days without eating. She will beg her in-laws for food but gets nothing in return. One day, while wandering through the forest crying and looking for what her children will eat, Nonima stumbled upon a mysterious drum hidden beneath a thick layer of the forest. The drum, adorned with ancient symbols, seemed to radiate an otherworldly energy. As she reached out to touch it, a soft voice whispered, "Beat me, and I will provide for you and your children." Nonima, skeptical but desperate, began to beat the drum with all her might. To her amazement, a shower of rice poured down from above, filling her basket to the brim. The next day, she beat the drum again, and this time, a flock of chickens appeared, clucking and flapping their wings. As news of the magical drum spread, Nonima's husband's family, who had previously maltreated her, began to visit her, begging for food. But Nonima, remembering the drum's words, only shared the food with her children. The drum became Nonima's salvation, providing for her and her children whenever she beat it. As time passed, the villagers began to call her Noni Drummer, and her story inspired others to seek help from the mystical drum. One fateful day, a severe famine struck the land, and the villagers were struggling to find food. They begged Nonime to beat the drum, but she refused, remembering the drum's words to only provide for her and her children. However, moved by their suffering, Nonima decided to beat the drum one last time, calling out to the gods to provide for the entire village. And so, the drum's magic was unleashed, showering the village with food, ending the famine, and cementing Nonima's place as a revered figure in the community. From that day on, Nonima's story was told and retold, reminding everyone of the power of resilience, kindness, and the magic that lies within the heart of the forest.